you see a Wisp carry and you're still losing
And the Bounty Hunter.
Elephant. And the Bounty Hunter, yeah, maybe they are testing things out with their drafts, but yeah, this is it. They have to stop it. Elephant,
time.
this is it. You see, they ban out the Wisp. We don't want to pick it. We don't want to get tempted to pick it. Let's just first ban it right there.
Yeah, yeah. It's time to get out of the testing lab and into the firing zone. Let's see what they've got to bring to this game. Number 2, come on, Elephant.
Yep. So they ban out the Wisp. Wyvern and Oracle still open for Team Aster, something that they picked or banned earlier. Panda, obviously, versus Elephant, banned out by Team Aster. Red Panda. And Nyx Assassin by Elephant. OD, alright, same bans like last game.
You know, I just want to see simple, easy to execute Dota coming out from Elephant. Do not try to play heroes that are, I'm gonna say, not supposed to be played at the different roles, but you know, something that has been proving that it's working out for a really long time.
Yeah.
I want to see this kind of draft.
Yeah. And
There
we go.
There it goes. Like this is it.
Big
I see
fan.
one hero, I'm fine. You know, even if it's a position 5, even if it's a position 4, 3, whatever. Like puck, decent. All right, checked. Let's see what they respond with. Now you have a team fight. You have someone who can initiate ganks. You have a silence. You have a good scaling hero. Good. Not bad.
Puck Abaddon.
not
Alright.
bad.
Bad instead.
Oh, hopefully this isn't the start of the, by 5th pick, Lucas is going to be like, they're awful, what's going on?
Yeah, just steal everything from Team Aster. There you go. You start with the Abaddon and then go on from there.
Control C, Control V.
If it worked for them, why wouldn't it work for you? But yeah, overall, Puck very flexible. We'll see now probably DK and TA banned out if they're trying to put him mid lane. Obviously, it worked out well for them before, and you just need to cover that Puck with a couple of bans, and the hero is in a really good spot. Team Aster, don't change it if it works, right? You have Wyvern, you have Troll.
I want to see a bit more kiting potential for this Troll. Possibly, like, not sure if they can fit in like someone like a Pugna in this type of a lineup. Maybe a Shadow Demon. I really like Shadow Demon here against the Troll, against the Winter Wyvern, where you have a save. Yeah, you talked about like the bans. This is something that they've done. Dragonite, they value highly against the Puck matchup.
There we go.
And
TA Dragonite, literally banned out to
it's
heroes.
standard stuff in Chinese region.
On the other hand, we have the Wraith King banned out. If you look at Elephant, they did play the Puck Wraith King before too, so you get rid of that. Is it the best hero versus the Troll? Perhaps not, but it still is a very solid meta pick. Get rid of that. What I would like to see from Team Aster right now is, yeah, you have Winter's Curse. That's all fine and dandy, but I would like to see some more catch for the Puck too. Like, you don't want to have this hero just completely get in and out of every single team fight. So when it comes to supports, I know it's not easy versus Abaddon, but I would like to see some Lions, some Shadow Shamans, something similar to that.
Yeah, Shaman's okay. Maybe Earth Spirit also comes to my mind, where you have a stun, you have a silence. Earth Spirit as a hero just always feels good, checks a lot of the boxes.
So we're saying that FY should keep away from his Rubik.
No, we're talking about Team Aster for the
sorry.
catch versus the Rubik, but for FI, I don't mind the Rubik pick for him. He's one of the best Rubik players in the world. Maybe the last game he didn't do as much, but honestly, if you look at the team fights, he's usually the one doing a lot of damage, doing a lot of control, and surviving, and then rolling towards base to actually defend as well. So he was having a good game. It's just that the supporting cast around him wasn't the best.
Yeah, yeah. I'd still like to see someone try to build Shard on Rubik. We haven't seen it yet. I keep asking for it when we never get it. It is pretty niche, but that teammate lift is really powerful.
We have seen it,
save.
haven't we? Like yesterday.
Do we see someone
We
get
did.
it?
We
I
did. We
believe
did see
one
one.
game.
Yeah.
So Razor, of course,
Again,
banned out as is tradition, and now we have a Monkey King picked up from Team Aster. So showing 2 of their cores very early on here, perhaps.
This is the matchup that we have seen a couple of times versus Puck. In a matchup that you would think that Puck actually is good at, but
He doesn't. He doesn't do that well.
Yeah,
Because
Monkey
Puck
is-
has 0 like starting armor. Monkey King has around 7. So you're
and
like,
he has
"Wha-"
that high range, so Monkey King can actually stand his ground. But then again, Elephant, I like this. Honestly, this is the best opening I've seen from them in a while. I'd still like another stun from them, but Phoenix really good versus these heroes that he's playing against. And
Hard
together,
disagree.
yeah.
Like, you're playing Phoenix into Troll, so you're going to have that hero that kills the egg. You can match up their team fight with the Wukong's command. One thing you can do is just use Wyvern ulti and kill the egg. It's that easy. Come on, jump my boat, Lizzie.
No, I'm not gonna.
It's
Fight.
fine.
No, I'm
it's
playing.
Fine. Fight.
Fight.
I play Phoenix a lot, and I really don't see that. Like Troll, yeah, he can later on be difficult, but if you position your egg well, and throughout the game, you're always a problem for Monkey King. You're a problem for his Wukong command, because your egg inside of it will make him just have to think about fighting it or flighting, and usually you're the one that has to fight because of the minus attack speed.
Use that Wyvern ulti, kill the egg. It's that simple. Now Oracle.
By the way, guys, you at home can't see this because we're looking at the channel screen, but Lizard does have his shirt off.
He is
I'm
panting. I'm about to go down, man.
Staring
like
down the cast. The cast is...
not impressed.
He's just holding so fast.
So one good thing here, though, is Oracle. Like, even though I don't like the other three, there are some fair points here from Lacoste, but overall, I do like the Phoenix here. Oracle is pretty decent because you're going to make sure that either the Monkey or the Troll pop their ultis off, even if they're silenced. And you also have the Purge versus the Fire Spirits, which is really nice and comes in handy whenever that egg comes off.
Just a great Oracle game. You show your position 4 and 5. You need someone to try to be able to play with puck, reach the Oracle and kill him, but these two saving supports, once again, like, even if one is threatened, you still have a counterplay, so it's going to be really hard for Elephant to engage into these fights. And looking at the heroes, Team Aster, they have a better late game. You have Troll, you have Monkey King. These heroes are going to scale, so very hard for Elephant to just engage into team fights. Already liking what Team Aster has.
Elephant right now, they have an incredible team fight overall.
Yeah.
You have the Phoenix, you have the egg, with the Mars, with the puck, you have different ways of comboing it. It's really strong. What you do not have, once again, from Elephant is a carry. You don't have your win condition, and that's something
Please.
that... Yeah,
please, Elephant.
Please, not the
just
Night
pick a carry.
Stalker. Yeah, just, and one other thing that I need to say is this Mars pick. Like, even though it's good for the team fight, I'm really worried for his laning stage.
Laning stage is
because it can be really difficult.
Horrible. Like, you're playing with Phoenix against the two range heroes. Like, Troll's gonna put so much pressure on you, a lot of harassment. They have ways of removing those fiery spirits. It's just gonna be rough.
I think you're right. I think it's looking hard. I can't get over what a good Oracle game is as well. I just realized, like, with the puck as well, you just snap that call and Oracle purges you, ults you if he wants to immediately if you need it, if you're a core, and then you can just keep fighting. I think is Medusa a possibility for Elephant here? I can see it working well as that egg protecting hero, combos up with the arena, that's going to hold them in place.
I think that's definitely the way Elephant have got to go. You have 3 heroes now remaining that not maybe more, but you have the Arc Warden that's banned out, you have the Terrorblade that's not really that great versus the Wyvern, but could work, and you have the Medusa that you just mentioned. Are there any other hard carries that we're missing that are still in the pool? Wraith King banned, Morphling banned.
Did you mention TB?
Yeah, I did. TB, there's Slark still, but...
Yeah, it looks like an okay Slark game. They have no, like, AoE type of damage. Something that he doesn't like to play into is the miss chance from the Troll, but very limited on the lockdown. Kind
of annoying when your target gets cold embraced, but
and
you
Slark
can just...
banned out.
There you go, Slark banned out.
So now you...
Right. I'm so worried it's going to be something crazy from Elephant. If Bounty comes up now, I'm leaving, guys.
You're done. Like,
we're never casting Elephant again.
Just waiting for that carry, I guess.
Team Aster, they have last pick, so they can counterpick. They will know the matchup.
They will.
Possibility, if it's a melee hero, just get something like a Tidehunter, double down on that team fight.
Very interesting. Void Spirit and Lina, by the way, last bans from Elephant as well. Clinks, okay, this is a little bit out there, a little bit different. We'll see. I mean, they're not stepping away from let's pick something different and make our own method. Can it work? Definitely can. Have I seen Clinks work recently? Not really. And
so it's, I believe that's offlane Monkey King. OG No, it's
No, it's position 4. Of
monk.
course. Finally, we see
Okay.
Boboka on his monkey.
There we go. Borax Monkey
yeah.
King. We've been waiting a long time for it. It finally comes down. We've even forgotten that was the thing which has to do that often until right now. But yeah, of course, they're playing with Boboka, aka Borax. There's gonna do their monkey thing. Guys, this is still somewhat on the tracks from Elephant. They couldn't just pick something normal though. They had to go with the Klinks. Not a popular hero right now. Not that hard carry we were looking for, but maybe it might give them a momentum to push into this Alchemist and punish him a little bit. What are we thinking for game number 2?
Yeah, this is very interesting now. Aster, they do have a position 3 Winter Wyvern with 4 Monkey King. It's a lane that can definitely work out all right. Wyvern, we have been talking about this Witch's Blade build. It's really strong. If you're a core, like you can get a couple of null talismans and that. It can be good. I like Elephant's draft. I like the potential for team fight. Still, they're experimenting, and I can't say for sure how much fate I can put into this Klinks.
I'm not gonna say anything until I hear from my boy Black. I want to hear his thoughts first. You know, just check his opinion.
Alrighty.
But, leaning a bit towards Aster.
Alrighty, let's bring in our casting father-son duo. It is, of course, B-Cop and Black. Guys, what do we think about the draft for game number 2?
All right, I'll go first. My non-analytical opinion is I want to see game 3. So I want to see Elephant win. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with the Klinks. I'm very excited to see Boboka back on the Monkey King. I mean, that became a staple of his back at DAC, so hoping for a close one.
My opinion is Alchemist is good against Puck. Klinks can work against Alchemist, but only until he gets AC, so I think Aster's going to win.
Alrighty, so that's going to be it then for us, and I'm going to go with Elephant. Their backs are against the wall. We know they play best when they're in this position. We're going to throw it over to our cast because the game is live. B-Cup and Black, take it away.
All right, game number 2. Aster Elephant, big moment for Elephant, because if they lose this, they're 0-2, they're in a bad spot. The region really does not allow for slip-ups like this. Maybe if this had been a loss to what we all thought, Vici and OGD being at the top, maybe I'd say Elephant still seem okay. But if you start 0-2 and you still have Vici and LGD to go after,
You're in trouble.
Like you said, 4th position, it seems like you need 4 wins, 3 losses.
Something like that. It could even be that if the top 4 just win everything, it could be like a 5-2 even,
Yeah.
But we'll have to see how it goes. But now we've got a little bit more time to talk about the actual draft. I believe this Puck against Alchemist matchup, we have seen it before with LGD when they picked it up. He had like, 10 Battle Fury treads.
He had a lot. Because I don't think he went full boots, right? Like
he went treads
before
double
he even got
bracelet
the
treads.
and then went to the battlefield.
Yeah, at 10 minutes 10. The
Yeah.
problem is Puck it's tough to lane against Alchemist because Acid Spray -4 armor.
Yep.
You have 1 armor yourself. You cannot deny creeps in there and comfortably stay, Whereas like if you have a Monkey King middle, he doesn't care. He just denies every creep. Yeah, so they'll definitely be coming down to the mid matchup. I love the Winter Wyvern +3. Very good against the Klinks. You can either curse the Klinks or you can cold embrace the target he's focusing. Without strafe, Klinks is pretty non-impact until it's back of cooldown, which has a pretty long cooldown. I think it's 25 seconds. And yeah, the Monkey King +4 is, I don't know, haven't seen it too much. It's going to be interesting what he does.
Back at DDC when Boboka made this popular, it was all about mobility, all about going from lane to lane to lane and, having impact.
But that was like 18 or something?
I think it was 2017, yeah. Because DAC won, I think it was 2015, then they had one in 17 and 18.
Yeah, that was with IG when they won it, I think.
Yeah, IG,
with
it
Burning.
was Burning, OP, XXS, with Boboka and Q,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep, and we see Alchemist already leading the net worth chart again, or rather CS chart. It's just a tough matchup. Yes, higher damage than you, higher armor than you.
Would you ever thought of maybe switching the Puck with the Mars? Because Mars can compete mid, right?
He can easily, yep. I thought they would put either Klinks or Mars middle, to be honest, but they chose to stick with the Puck, because Mars middle can destroy an Alchemist. He can. He has good armor, he has good damage, good attack speed. Chose not to do it. We'll see if it backfires or not.
Now, a little surprised. I know sometimes we'll see these teams commit to the proper matchups, even though it's like Somnus in the off lane or Yang going to mid.
Yeah, but you can see Alchemist only missed 1 creep so far. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, especially when you're getting the bump up from Greevil's Greed, it's even better.
Yep.
The timings for Eurus, like, what are you looking for to try and make something happen? Because I would assume you want to be aggressive towards the mid game, right?
Yeah, you're looking for a Desolator. At least most Klings go for a Desolator. It's either you go Desolator or Orchid. Desolator is the more stable choice. Orchid is the more explosive choice. But it's just this matchup. Alchemist against Klings gets really Alchemist favored as soon as he picks up his first armor item, which is going to be AC, I'd assume. And until then, if he builds Medallion Desolator, he can melt an Alchemist really easily.
And so the question is, how are they going to use this aggression if they're able to accomplish getting the items to be aggressive?
Yep.
And then you've got XXS, who's on this Winter Wyvern in the off lane. We've seen some core Winter Wyverns before, maybe not at this event yet, but you know, you'd see like Orchid early for a Winter Wyvern in the core rollback, a few patches ago. Is it still the same way?
Witchblade is very popular, but Orchid also one of the best choices, especially against the puck. So he could go either way, or he could even choose to go both in the end. Mars in trouble here.
Oh, wow. And the damage coming in. You've got an Oracle that's already sitting at level 3, that level 2 in the Purifying Flames. You just have that quick burst of damage. That'll help you get first blood, and that's exactly what they do. So a little bit different where Aster didn't go into the triangle, get 2 kills, and that's where the laning starts. But still, so far, their lanes look good. I'm surprised Somnus has gotten as much as he has so far.
I mean, the lane, like, Alchemist can't really deny creeps very well. He can just farm them himself. So it's always going to be a good puck lane. It's just every lane where Alchemist can go 5-5 in terms of CS is a good Alchemist lane.
Yeah.
Simply because he gets the bonus gold, of course. Oh, he has a bound to strike. Oh, just out of vision.
Has to go invis real quick.
Yeah. You hate to skill invis on lane as Klings. Because no strafe means you have 0 kill threat. And we can see this Winter Wyvern 3 dishes out a lot of Harris damage.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it.
You know, you're not sitting in lane level 2, throwing out level 1 in the Splinter Blast, waiting on the Arctic Burn, and, you know, not doing as much with it. You're sitting here level 2 on the Splinter Blast, level 2 in the Arctic Burn, harassing as much as you want, and making it an issue. Yang again. Now the Spear to push Monet out of his way, goes to the Bounty Rune, will grab it. They're still continuing to chase. They want the Fortune's End. They do have Purifying Flames to work with, and that's going to be the dagger that takes out Yang for the second time. And then meanwhile, under the tier 1 tower, Red Panda, he's getting chased. He's hit with a Boundless Strike. One more shot. Borax under the tier 1 tower, able to get a kill. They take out XSS's Courier. That had his boots on it, and they will at least get something in return. All the while, FY though, he's dead to Lana.
And what does that mean though? Puck rotates away, gives Alchemist the freest time in the world.
Yeah.
Finding a Satyr camp as well. He loves that. Only better one would be Golems. Which, you know, oh, little mess up there on the Acid Spray AoE. But it's okay, happens. This Monkey 4 is doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Especially against a hero like a Baron, it makes so much sense because you can never trade with a Monkey King. Whether you go passive or not, it doesn't matter. This Monkey King is always going to have the edge there.
Yeah, Bobica very proficient with this hero in this position, as we've seen in the past and with his history. So Somnus comes over. He's a level ahead of White Album right now.
Oh, he's a double damage on Alchemist though.
No one really want to fight into that.
Yep.
Already doing 185 damage per swing.
Troll, still level 5.
Spear lands, but they've got the help from Lanham immediately.
Yep, just heal him back up. Oracle's such a good support hero. 2 more attacks for the stack. 1 more, not going for it. I would like for him, the Monkey King to pick up a dust, honestly. That's the only thing I'm missing. Because if you pick up a dust, after the shield, you just dust the Klings who didn't have boots at the time. You just run them down and kill them very easily. You can already see Alchemist already 1,000 net worth ahead. It's a great hero.
Yeah, really no surprise that he's up this far, especially with the rotations that had come from Somnus, allowing White Album to have such a free moment. And then again, just Eurus, who, I wouldn't say he's struggling, he's just taking a lot of harassment, but he's still up there in terms of net worth.
Yeah. He's doing well for himself, picked up the medallion, going into the threats next. I would assume he's going into the Desolator. This makes much more sense with the lineup they have, which is pretty much all physical. Trolls level 6.
Again, that lands on a Monet. They're looking over at Yang. Gets into the trees. Monet, Icarus dive, and burning quite a bit, but he'll be fine.
Yep. Still got ult to work with as well.
Ooh, Somnus.
Somnus though.
Dream Coil, Waning Rift does get the kill on a Monet.
Very risky. I feel if he got a stick off, Somnus would have been in trouble, but didn't.
And now Adam. They're going to dive him under the tower. They'll bring over the Winter Wyvern. Wyvern's got Winter's Curse. And that's immediately used onto the Mars. Yang is now the one who's in trouble. It's not Lanham. They're TPing in Borax, who will look to go with the Primal Spring right down onto the Mars. A Phonic Shield from Red Panda trying to keep alive the Mars as long as possible. Throws the spear back. Boundless Strike is in. They'll get the kill onto the Mars and finally finish off the trade.
Gradient is very happy with this though. Kling's also rotating bottom. The Alchemist still untouched. Closing on a 6k net worth at the 8-minute mark. We have seen the same thing with LGD. He's going for Radiance, actually. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Not the Battle Fury this time. Unexpected. Do I like that more? Yes, I do. Because you have Blink Daggers you can cancel with it. You have the mischance. Klings won't have a BKB for quite a while. So the mischance against Klings is pretty good. I mean, we'll see. You lack some mana regen, so... I don't know. I'm a fan of Battle Fury myself, but I can see why he's going for the Radiance. I like the way he's being very efficient as well, always pulling the mid wave to his own neutral creeps just to get the most value out of the acid spray.
Yeah. He's doing a really good job. Lanham now getting chased once again. They've got Borax as well as XSS over here once again. Cold Embrace, Lanham trying to survive. There's a lot of sustainability for the side of Aster, but the Waning Rift, the Dream Coil used. Borax in trouble. He's on the run. Icarus dive over with the Illusory Orb. They get the kill on a Borax. They'll look for another one. The Winter's Curse is on to 3. But Eurus, he continues forward, going for the Winter Wyvern. XSS, not many options remain except trying to hide in the trees. Arctic Burn getting away. And he's out of sight, out of mind.
For now. 3 seconds for
the next orb. But down in the trees, Illusory Orb over, and eventually the Wyvern falls from the sky and crashes down.
Yep. Triple null. I like the way Elephant is playing this, even though they don't really deal with the... Ooh, that's a good stack for him. Even though they don't really deal with the Alchemist, if Alchemist's team is really poor, that's one of Alchemist's biggest weaknesses.
Yeah.
Because he cannot 1v5. He doesn't have natural abilities to 1v5. He just accumulates a lot of gold and ends up tanking for your team. And Troll is getting pressure quite a lot, as Winter Wyvern as well. They're both quite poor. But we'll see how the game develops from here.
If you're Elephant, how do you deal with the sustainability from this Aster side? You're going to have False Promise, you're going to have Cold Embrace, you have a lot of lockdown with the Winter's Curse. You can Winter's Curse and then you set up like a Wukong's. I know it's only a 4 position, but you have a lot here for the team fight of Aster. Elephant need to really deal with.
Yeah, what they need to do is buy multiple Blink Daggers. They also have a Klings, who is like an assassin type of hero. You just want to kill the backline first, ignore the Alchemist until the end. And really just you need to kill this Oracle and you need to kill the Winter Wyvern. Because as you said, one good Winter's Curse could just completely turn the game around otherwise, or one good False Promise.
Yeah, you save the Alchemist, maybe you're that close to shutting down his game, and all of a sudden, False Promise, he's able to survive, and that could be a problem. But Fortune's End thrown over the Abaddon, he charges up the stun, and then turns around as he sees Eurus come to sight. They are bringing around Yang and Somnus, though.
Yeah, finished Radiance minute 11. That's a brutal timing.
I think they got spotted by the Monkey King there.
Yeah, Euros also itemizing for the Blink Dagger right away. Also recognizing the fact that he has to jump the backline no matter what. Completed in 400 gold. Desolator on Klings, as we spoke about. Smoke up, actually.
Yeah, they want to keep the aggression up. And if they can get a couple kills, this is worth it. I would say, especially if they grab Monet or the Alchemist of White Album, because Monet they want to shut down. Like you said, if Alchemist is farm and the rest of the team isn't, things do get a little bit more difficult for this Alchemist to hold the game by himself. And immediately, Icarus dive over. They're going to find Monet. They'll land the spear. Do they have the damage before he gets the trance off? Yes, they do. FY with credit on that one, and they'll take out the Troll.
Yeah, you can see they're only 1k net worth ahead, even though Alchemist is 4,000 ahead of the puck, which means the side pressures, the side lanes really got pressured a lot.
It means that their heroes are starting to fall behind significantly, and you know, it's close here and there. You've got the Puck, who is behind, obviously, the Alchemist, but the Clinks is ahead of the Troll if you're looking at, you know, position matchups. Yep. And obviously, the Alchemist is going to be ahead. Icarus dive over Fortune's End into the Winter's Curse. That's a curse used, and now that's going to leave Lanham very free to just get killed off. Red Panda gets credit for that, and they look over at FY, who's still on the low ground. They don't have Winter's Curse to lock up the Elephant side, so they just need to turn tail and run. This is leaving time for White Album to farm on this Alk, but still more pressure being put on by the Elephant lineup. And Eurus, he's looking for an opportunity to get a kill. He doesn't have the Desolator finish. He doesn't have an Orchid, so it could be difficult. However, they're right on top of Borax. They've got the Silence. He can't get into the trees. Now the question is, does he survive after the Cold Embrace is done? Supernova is used. Balance Strike comes out. They've got the arena down around Monet. That will help Yang get away. They get the kill on a Borax, and that Supernova goes off. They've also got the silence out of the Oracle as well as this Winter Wyvern. Icarus dive once again. They look to finish off Lanham, but he gets the False Promise off in time. Somnus now in trouble under the Tier 2 tower. He falls to Lanham. Lanham, though, False Promise, not enough. And they will trade, but Somnus probably doesn't need to die there. He's in really far on that and commits for the Oracle.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when a spell like Supernova goes off, it can be like a little bit of a bait. Oh, they're both stunned, let me go in further. But then in the end, you know, it's an Oracle. He has False Promise. Dies before the Oracle dies, not really worth the trade. But, you know, maybe they're feeling a little bit of the pressure because Alchemist TP'd in that fight as well. Did a lot of damage there. And Alchemist is at this point where just one more item almost finishes BKB. After the BKB, he gets the AC. Suddenly, this Clink's Desolator is nullified pretty much because his entire team has +5 armor. You reduce it by 6, doesn't matter much anymore.
So do you play the game around fighting the Alchemist, where even if the Alchemist is in the fight, you're fighting around him? So you're taking out the Oracle, you're making sure there's no save. You take out the Winter Wyvern, get that team fight out of there, or, you know, force a Winter's Curse where it's not holding the team back, but it's more defensive. So you know, your execution has to be way different, right? Yeah,
but you definitely have to fight. Like if you're Aster and you're just in the AoE of the Alchemist aura, you should always be good to fight simply because it gives you a lot more sustainability. He'll be there to frontline for you. The Radiance Burn aura on the Clinks is going to be very massive. He's the best egg killer you have, you know. Suddenly, for this Elephant team, it's not as simple as just jump the backline anymore, because if you do, this Alchemist can cut you down.
Yeah. So it might even become more conservative for Elephant, where they need to back off, farm, look for items that are going to help them beat the Alchemist. But can they even... I mean, you're not going to outfarm the Alchemist. But are you going to get the items? Are those next items enough to not outfarm, but beat in a fight this lineup from Aster?
So we can see maybe a Winter's Curse here.
So Winter's Curse, it's under the Tier 1 tower. That's quite the commitment. They're going to have the stun to follow this up. Supernova is available, but why use it when White Album's right on you? But now you know that Winter's Curse is down. Do you play aggressive if you're Elephant?
You do, but you also need a Supernova. So they're trading towers, which is a good thing. And they're probably just going to wait until Phoenix is up, and then Radiant is going to wait until Winter's Curse is back up again. But Somnus is itemizing into the E-Blade. He wants to cut into the backline, kill the supports right away. I would assume Somnus, I mean not Somnus, Eurus is going into the BKB. Yep. Pretty standard builds. It's just this Clink's damage is going to be very lackluster once all these armor items start building up.
Yeah, and he actually switched off the E-Blade to Lincoln's on Somnus. So I kind of like the E-Blade idea. Go to the backlines, and we've seen how strong that E-Blade can be.
Yeah, but he's choosing not to. He's choosing to go for a very conservative route, which is sometimes a little bit scary if you face a hero like Alchemist, because you're going to build that Lincoln's, then you build your next offensive item. By that point, Alchemist probably has like 25k net worth.
XSS is caught. Spear is there with the arena. It's over on the cliff, but they do have the Sunray, Cold Embrace. It won't do enough to help XSS leave. Yang with another kill. They're finding this Winter Wyvern, whose farm is not great.
Yeah.
It's right there with the Phoenix.
It's definitely not great. Yeah, he's been struggling ever since the laning phase. But, you know, at this point, it's pretty much all an Alchemist. You can see even the Troll is struggling quite a bit. 2k behind the puck, 1k behind the Clinks. But at the same time, if you ever get on top of that Clinks, you blind him, he has the Radiance mischance, he will be dealing close to 0 damage in a fight. That's really just Troll's job, you know, getting on top of the Clinks. Try your best to make as much space for your Alchemist as you can. Because he knows his role this game, you know, he's not really the carry.
Yeah. They do take the tower, and they are putting the pressure on. White Album's over bottom, trying to take a tier 1 of his own. They're not rotating on Elephant. They're just continuing to farm up and take that tower and put the pressure on. But now, okay, Mars shows, and that will stop Alchemist from taking the tier 1. And he is looking for the AC. He's already got the Hyperstone ready for him, and he's almost done with this AC. He's got the 2 components that are the most expensive. Just needs the rest.
Yep, it's like 1,000 gold off. As I said, as soon as that item is online, I think they're in good shape to take fights.
I like that Yule's pickup from the Phoenix. Get that extra moment, maybe.
Also good to break some combos. However, if he ever gets stunned, you know, he will get blown up.
Yeah, it's tough to survive, and you don't want to just blow the Supernova with, you know, Troll and Alchemist right there to take the egg.
Yeah, for sure. 2 of the best heroes in the game. Also, it might be worth getting the Troll Shard this game, which increases your entire team attack speed by 60 when you use Battle Trance. I've never really seen it, but this game would make a lot of sense. Just to buff up that Alchemist, you know, you kill the Supernova super fast if all your heroes have plus 60 attack speed.
Could really cut through it quite quickly. Quinks is also going for the shard after the BKB. That's a lot of gold to commit. Stun on FY. No follow-up just yet, but there's the AC from White Album. Coming around the back, though, is Somnus. They've got Eurus nearby, Lanham in the trees.
Be
and they spot Borax. This is very split up. Winter's Curse to start. That's on the Clinks. Now they've got the Wukong's command coming in from Borax, as well as the Balance Strike. The Troll's going to focus up Eurus. Meanwhile, the Dream cools onto the Alchemist. They get the kill on Eurus. They take out the Clinks. The BKB's going to be popped by White Album. Going after the egg. Pops it. It's down. It's been scrambled. And Yang, he's trying to run. So is Red Panda, but not so fortunate. 3 heroes down on the side of Elephant. And that was very split from Elephant, which gave Aster the opportunity to take this fight with ease. And they've done just that. They take out 3. They go for the tier 1 mid. And it is a moment to strive for Aster.
Yeah, but here's what I was hinting at as well. Puck didn't choose to go for the E-Blade or Dagon, which either item he would have completed at this point. Couldn't blow up the Oracle. Alchemist holds back 3 heroes by himself, pretty much. Clinks gets caught on the backline, trying to kill the Winter Wyvern, and the entire fight just falls apart from there. And it's just gonna get harder from here, because this Troll is suddenly 3rd in net worth, not 5th anymore.
Yeah.
Troll builds up items, Alchemist is massive. When Troll has his BKB, you have nothing to go through it. Troll does not care about Clinks at all. He has the natural +6 armor from Berserker's Rage, or however the melee form is called, I'm not sure. But he doesn't care about him. Nice, I'm always right.
And he's almost got that BKB. Seen a lot of these Trolls transition towards, you know, what we were seeing was the Battle Fury Ags to now it's been Maelstroms.
It's
just
much better. It's much better, especially if you need to fight earlier. I mean, it just makes much more sense with the hero, honestly. High attack speed means more procs, means much more damage.
Yeah, I like the transition, the change.
Same.
Do you still think that they should go Ags after the Maelstrom, or is that becoming kind of an item that is way more situational than what we were seeing earlier?
Against certain matchups, like Pangolier, you know, it's pretty much a given. Bad Rider, heroes like that, where you have like constant debuffs on you with low cooldown. Agam's the perfect item, but otherwise, leave that for the mid troll, you know, the more utility troll. If you're a carry troll, your job is still to hit people.
Okay, so we'll see if that changes, if we see different builds from different teams. Elephant, I believe they spotted with that ward over mid the smoke from Aster, so they avoid it. And now the E-Blade after the Lincolns, so it's conservative with the Lincolns, but yeah, I was going to ask, is it just too late?
It is too late, because you can't kill anything now. Like, you maybe don't die, but they will just ignore you. You do nothing in the fight. Silence, coil, orb, you're done. That's usually why what I like to call like the accelerating item, you know, or like a damage item, you need that before itemizing defensively. You see the Alchemist goes into Radiance, then BKB. He doesn't go BKB Radiance, right? Makes no sense. It's the same with the Puck. He's itemizing too defensively in my taste, for my taste, especially if they're playing against the clock. Doesn't make much sense to me. Maybe he's feeling, you know, the fear of the Winter's Curse, which I understand, but you can't play.
There's the Winter's Curse. Lincoln gets popped immediately into the Winter's Curse. And face shift. Maybe an opportunity.
Actually gets the blink out.
Dream Coil, and there's the stun, but ends up dead. False Promise from Lanham, and now the Balance Strike as well as the Primal Spring right on top of Yang. Lanham's going to survive. This goes poorly for Yang. It's not just one that they'll lose on Elephant, but a second in the Mars. Borax gets credit for that, and it's again a split-up engagement from Elephant that goes sour fast.
Yeah, they're so disconnected. Mars alone there, Puck alone in the bottom lane, while their 3 teammates are all farming jungle. The Avernus is farming jungle, Phoenix as well as Klings. Yeah, something happened where in the time they didn't compete, they don't look like the same team anymore.
Which is very, and I would say weird, because they were competing constantly. There were a bunch of tournaments within the Chinese region where they got their reps in, where they grew as a team, and you could see it when those online tournaments started to compete in. You saw as things went on, they
got better and better.
They got together. This is, I believe, maybe even their second LAN, because I believe there was a LAN for China earlier, I want to say.
There was, but I don't remember which there was. But what can spark such a change in such a short time? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, here they are. 10k net worth behind. Troll, second in net worth. Alchemist, more than doubling the first net worth of Elephant.
Yeah, this isn't the same. Troll's behind. He's not top of the net worth. We've kept everybody, cheap and low. Now the Troll has farm.
Yeah,
and
now
so
it's getting big. They're building into 2 Abyssal Blades.
No.
The only counter to Radiant really is BKB, but when there's 2 Abyssal Blades online, you get on top of the Klings. There's a reason we don't see Klings. It's just when you fall behind, there's no comeback mechanic. Carries without comeback mechanic are just brutal to play this patch. Because the offlaners are so strong, they're going to harass you a lot. You need to be able to flash farm in the jungle.
Primal Spring back into the trees
Playing
for Borax. Ooh, Dream Coil gets snapped.
Doesn't even matter.
But already out of sight, out of mind, goes for the TP. He is gone. Icarus dive as well as the dust. They just don't spot Bobica.
You can see how desperate it is too. It's just a monkey post 4 and they're bringing so many resources for him, you know. Now smoke up on Radiant, they find the Avernus.
Yeah, Red Panda in trouble. Abaddon on the run, stun charged up. He's thinking about maybe if anybody comes to help Red Panda, throw it that way. But once he sees nobody, he'll just throw it at the Abaddon, get the kill. And now Borax taking some damage, but he's got, Invis.
Yeah. It's just laughable. I mean, Monkey King, one of the highest armor heroes in the game now. And you can't even kill a post 4 support with your Klings that has been farming the entire game, you know. It's pretty demoralizing. It has to be.
Yeah. You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You can try and farm and get jumped. You can't really kill these heroes as you've seen, especially if you're not prepared for the Glimmer Cape that's on the Monkey King. He's out of sight, out of mind again.
Yeah.
I hate to repeat the phrase, but that's what it's been when you've gone after some of these heroes, especially ones like Monkey King who can use the Glimmer Cape or jump and get out of harm's way. Winter's Curse, Supernova, this is for the save. They've got the arena down. This might be worth it to get a kill onto the Oracle, but the Cold Embrace is there. That's going to save Lanham, which means they've got a False Promise available, which he'll use on himself. They get the kill on the Eurus as well as FI. The BKB's been popped by Yang. Here comes Somnus, Dream Coil in, leashes up the Troll as well as the Oracle. But Lanham, as well as this Troll, are fine. And, well, it only allows Yang to escape.
It's very tough to play into this double backline save of Oracle as well as Winter Wyvern. You don't kill one of them, he's going to save the other.
Yeah.
And they even managed to get the perfect arena on both of them, but they still only managed to kill one of them. It's just so hard to fight into these heroes now. Oh, that was close. I just think that gets cancelled there. He's dead. So Alchemist, Abyssal Blade finished in 50 gold. Yeah. Troll also has his badge completed already. it's a huge uphill battle from here on out for Dire. They need Klings to get at least 2 more items. A Daedalus plus MKB to even be able to have a chance at killing anything.
Yeah,
but
he's going shard right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like the shard is kind of a bait, I feel. I've built it a couple of times. It seems quite useless. There's just 2 skeletons shooting, you know? You already deal no damage. Those skeletons are not going to deal anymore.
He ended up queuing up the MKB. I know Puck is about 800 gold away from picking up that E-Blade, but it's so late, yeah.
It's minute, what, 27?
That before the Lincolns would have been
amazing.
I don't know if it's going to change the outcome of this game.
But at least you have the option to.
Yeah.
I feel like going Lincolns kind of just says, okay,
you guys can farm and we'll
I'm
sit
kind of
back.
done, you know? Like, I just don't want to die, but I also don't want to be aggressive. It's kind of like, of course, I'm not saying they gave up, you know, but it's kind of like this kind of mentality where you're too scared to make plays happen when you need to make them happen, you know?
Borax into the trees.
And again, it's so obnoxious. A +4 monkey making so much space, and they're so desperate to get any kills they can. There's no value in killing them, you know? Even if you do get him, then what?
Yeah.
Alchemist is farming, Troll is farming. He's happy to die there.
Yeah.
Of course, he's happier to get out, but...
And Alk is almost at that 1k GPM.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking to pretty much the king of Monkey Kings in the 4 position.
He is also filthy rich. Like, he has overtaken his own Winter Wyvern. He's getting closer and closer to the Mars. Finished the Desolator.
Yeah, Orb Corrosion, Desolator. It's got a lot going, and Yang gets hit with the Abyssal, but gets the Spear off on a White Album. He's coming into the hands of the Dire side. Now the question is, can they get anything? The Balance Strike hits into the Puck. They've got the Sunray over, but this Alchemist isn't taking much damage. The Abyssal Blade is used on Amplify. They get the count of this Phoenix. No Supernova to come out. They have the Witcher's Curse that locks up the Klings, and now the Wukong's Command. The Arena is down. That's going to hit up the Oracle. That means they don't have a False Promise while he's locked up, but he's finally alive. They've got the Cold Embrace. That'll save him. Somnus is dead. That's 2 heroes gone without buyback. They'll finally finish off Red Panda, and all Eurus can do is run away. Lanham trying to heal up, and now is the damage enough? He's 1 shot from dead. It's a 5 position that cannot fall, while White Album then takes another in Yang. So 4 heroes dead. 19-11 in favor of Aster, a 16k lead, and not much holding this base up for the side of Elephant, and not much holding them from going down 2-0, having an 0-2 record to start off the league, and being in a very precarious position overall.
They're going for
in the
the GG.
DPC. Yeah, they're going for the push. They're going for the tier 4s. They don't have buyback on Somnus. They do have buyback on Yang, but he doesn't really have a lot to offer. The Arena is down. Red Panda can only just move up. The Aphotic Shield gets popped immediately. Both tier 4s are gone. The Ancient is exposed, and there is not much to say from Elephant. They'll look, they'll get it, they'll kill it, and now Elephant, the super team, are 0-2. They lose to Aster, who have had a great couple of days.